Ready to go here inside the Hauser Center, the 2019 Rogers WHL Championship. The Prince Albert Raiders, the Vancouver Giants. The ceremonial puck drop has been done. The anthem has been sung by 3,289 fans. All that's left to do is get things started.
So how about this one? This is a little gem that popped up. Ian Scott's first win in the Western Hockey League came against the Vancouver Giants October 2nd of 2015.
Only fitting he'd love to pick up his first WHL championship win against that same team right here tonight. As mentioned earlier, tonight's starting lineup for the Raiders, Dante Hanoun with Parker Kelly and Justin Nackbauer. On the back end, Max Martin and Sergei Sapago. Ian Scott between the pipes. For the Giants, it'll be Tendick in net, Alex Kanek-Liepert and Bowen Byram on the back end, Owen Hardy, Dawson Holt, and Jared Dimitru up front. Tonight's referee lineup brought to you by the Inspired Vapor Company with locations in Prince Albert and Melford. The referees, Jeff Ingram and Brett Iverson. Linesmen, Sean Dufour and Tarrington Wyonzik. Video goal judge, Barry Schrader. And the supervisors, Kevin Minch and Richard Dirksen. Time now for the Great Canadian Oil Change opening face-off. Surprise, surprise, Parker Kelly getting into it. Linesmen have to step in and separate he and Owen Hardy. They'll joust, and the puck is down, and the 2019 Rogers WHL Championship Series is underway here at the Hauser Center. Giants in their road maroon bring it down into the Raider defensive end. Chipped out to neutral ice. Raiders in their home whites working left to right. Nackbauer will lift it in. Bowen Byram back to pick it up. He leads the whole playoffs in scoring as a 17-year-old defender. Played up to the line, held in by Max Martin. Banked around behind the net. Byram there to handle it left corner. Up the wall for Hardy. Byram takes a hit there from Nackbauer. We'll see that all series long as the Raiders finish their checks. Giants bring it down into the Raiders' own. Pot back into Giants territory. Both sides get a line change. We'll see everybody getting in on the action in the early going. Dylan Plouffe dumps it in off the end boards. Bounces towards net front. Scott leaves it for Pahal. Behind the net, Zach Hayes off the glass down the ice. This will go for icing. Face-off back into the Raiders' zone. 58 seconds into this first period.
Well, not too many surprises on how this one started. Good battle right off the opening face-off. Hardy and Parker Kelly, and there was lots of jousting going on there. And you knew as soon as Bowen Byram went back to play that puck back in the other end, Parker Kelly was bearing down on him. He got a pretty good piece of him, but so did Justin Nackbauer a couple seconds later.
Raiders win the defensive zone face-off. Parker Kelly takes the pass right side off the boards and down the ice. Giants look to transition into the Raiders zone. Justin Sordiff, rookie forward, comes bouncing in towards the zone. The puck skitters into the corner, handled now by Milos Roman. Now Watts down at the bottom of the circle, lost that one. It's handled by Braden Pahal. He'll work it ahead for Alex Protas. Protas finds a trailing Zach Hayes, bounces away from him, and the Giants pounce on it and turn it back into Prince Albert territory. Pahal curls around behind his net. He'll step out, advancing now for Brett Leeson. Leeson through the middle, chopped ahead by Montgomery, and the Giants back to recover that puck. Dallas Hines out of his own zone. Hines off the near boards. It'll bounce all the way down into the Raiders zone, and a icing call this time on the Giants. Face-off back into Vancouver territory. Bowen Byram back over the boards. He's the number 2 ranked prospect in North America, and he is going to be something else moving forward. He's going to be a big part of this series, and we're going to see the Raiders laying the body on him all series long.
Well, once again, it's a pleasure for us to get to watch a player like this in a 7-game series, and he's a high-quality player, there's no doubt.
Prince Albert wins the draw. Shot from Max Martin blocked on the way, and Vancouver starts ahead. Jaden Joseph, the former Regina Pat, former Lethbridge Hurricane, has been to the conference finals 3 straight years. First trip to the championship series. It's worked in now by the Giants. Max Martin collects behind his net. He'll work it right side for Sapago. Up the wall, Protas chips, and Brett Leeson, look at this speed. He'll get past Kanek-Liepert. Raiders on the puck in the offensive zone. Up the near wall, he's checked by Kanek-Liepert. Back to the line. It'll skip away from Sapago, and Gooley has to hustle back into his own zone with Jaden Joseph closing in on him. He'll leave it behind the net for Sapago. 2.5 minutes gone in this first period. Gregor swings right side, gives it back to Sapago. Sapego right side for Fonstad. Too far for him. It bounces into the offensive zone. Weisblatt can't get to it, and Vancouver comes the other way. Milos Roman into the zone right side. Buffaro joining the rush. A shot on goal and a save made by Ian Scott at the end of that play. Lukas Svejkovsky gets clipped up high. He's got both his gloves off and a hand to his mouth, showing the referee the damage done. Not sure. We'll get a look at the replay, but a face-off coming up in the Prince Albert zone.
Yeah, and again, we saw at the tail end of that play, it was Braden Watts, and he was engaged with Max Martin back on the very end wall as well. A couple of extra shots there, so things are starting to heat up already. A
look at the replay. I think Svejkovsky took a high stick there from Sergei Sapego, and he's going to have to get some repairs as he's leaking. That one goes undetected in the early going. Giants on the puck, chopped at by Owen Hardy. Down in the Raiders' zone, work the other way. Ozzy Weisblatt chips it past Dylan Plouffe. Plouffe able to recover. Hardy bounced by Noah Gregor. And a penalty coming up there to Gregor. That one was right in the numbers. And we're going to see the Giants go to the power play here. 3 minutes into this first period. The Giants, a potent power play throughout the playoffs so far. 35.6%, 41.7% last round against Spokane. And they'll get the first look of this series.
Yeah, so Noah Gregor picks up the cross-checking minor here, and that was just a play where basically he had to pull up on that one, unfortunately, and he doesn't. So he pays the price on that, and the Raiders go on to the penalty kill here first.
Penalty kill brought to you by Exclusive Auto Marine, your low-price leader. Pahal on the puck behind the net. He's getting worked on now by Jaden Joseph. Pahal swings it around behind the net. Pouncing on it, though, is Valenti. Valenti near corner for Vancouver. He'll chop it around behind the net. Pahal has it up against the end boards. Pahal battling away there. A couple Giants come closing in. 20 seconds gone in this Giants power play. Back to the line. Here's Bowen Byram. He'll be a focal point of this power play unit. Right side, Dylan Plouffe. Back to Byram up top. Byram walks it down the left wall. He's watched by Hanoun. Side of the goal, Jaden Joseph. Joseph back up high, left point for Byram. Byram looking to get a shot through, watched by Hanoun. Across now for Plouffe. They'll switch. Plouffe comes in left side, drops it up high now. Valenti, right side, Byram. A minute 10 to go in this Giants power play. Byram controlling. He'll bring it in left side. Byram watched by Kelly. Backdoor, and Hayes gets in front of that one. And we're going to see a high sticking call here against Parker Kelly as he got a stick up on Byram. And the Giants get a 5-on-3 here. 3:56 into the first period.
Well, they're checking for blood, and it's going to be a 2-minute minor coming the way of Parker Kelly as Bowen Byram just got his feet moving. You can see that speed working on the outside. Parker Kelly was caught chasing a little bit, gets the stick in, and it just rides up and clips Bowen Byram, and 2-minute minor. So now the Raiders are down 2 men, 5-on-3 for a minute 4.
Huge opportunity for the Giants to draw first blood in this series. 5-on-3 for a powerful power play unit. Byram stays out there up high for Plouffe. Near side Valenti. Giants controlling. Right side Plouffe again. Down into the corner. Right side Byram. It skips away on him, but it'll come back. Byram settles down below the goal line. He'll skate it up the far wall. Byram brings it up to the blue line. He'll walk across the line. Byram, right side, one-timer, scores! Dylan Plouffe gets the first goal of this championship series. A power play marker, and it's 1-0 Vancouver.
Well, Vancouver certainly took advantage of that two-man advantage, and were able to move around on the outside of the Raiders. And this is just a good set play. You can see where they were getting their positioning on that. And Plouffe has been one of those guys. He's a little bit underrated as well. He's got 4 goals, 9 assists. That's his 5th goal of the playoffs. He's got 14 points now in this playoff season.
Raiders penalty kill brought to you by Exclusive Auto Marine, your low-price leader.
Byram and number 40, Milos Roman. Time of the power play.
Byram and Roman pick up the points. Raiders still on the penalty kill for another minute 30. And the Giants with that 5-on-3 goal leading 1-0. They'll start once again. Alex Kanek-Liepert. Left side, Tristan Nielsen skates it ahead. He's knocked down in neutral ice. Montgomery was in there. The Giants calling for a trip. No penalty coming. Sort of on the puck as Leeson couldn't clear. Up high now, Kanek-Liepert. Left side for Dimitru. Up high, Kanek-Liepert. Right side, stepping down the wall. Back up high, Kanek-Liepert. A blast into a leg. High into the glass. Side of the goal. Chopped on net. And Ian Scott will hang on to that one. A minute to go in the penalty to Parker Kelly. 4:56 into the first. And a 5-on-3 goal has the Giants ahead 1-0.
Still a minute left in that penalty to Parker Kelly. So a huge penalty kill left here yet for the Prince Albert Raiders, trying to dodge getting really behind the 8 ball here early. It's not very often that the Raiders are scored upon first with very many teams. So right now they're down by 1.
Dante Hanoun and Jaden Joseph on the faceoff. Joseph wins it back. Plouffe up high for Byram. Near side, Yannick Valenti. Back up top for Byram. Giants on the power play. Right side, Plouffe, the goal scorer. He'll walk the line near side. A blast from Valenti and a save made by Scott as he gets across and makes a big save there for Prince Albert. Faceoff stays in the Raiders zone.
Well, Ian Scott makes the save, but he loses sight of this puck, and it just kind of squibs out to the side. Tries to jump on top of it. Vancouver Giants are coming in, looking for anything that they could get a stick on there, and Raiders do a good job of clearing away the extra bodies that were coming in on top of Ian Scott.
Face off to the right of Scott. It's won by Prince Albert, and Pahal will send it all the way down the ice. And it bounces in behind the Vancouver goal. 16 games in this playoff so far for the Raiders. 12 of them, Prince Albert has the first goal. And the 4 where the opposition has scored first, a 2-2 record. Here's Byram into the offensive zone for the Giants. Jaden Joseph up high for Roman. Now Dylan Plouffe walks it along. Right side, Byram up high. Milos Roman waits, drives, save made by Scott. Rebound there for a moment, and Scott will cover up. Plouffe comes in with a stick to Braden Pahal. Jaden Joseph got clipped by Pahal at the end of that play. Joseph took a bit of a late swipe at the glove of Ian Scott, and they're going to just let it go tit for tat on that one, and faceoff will stay in the Raiders zone. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Parker Kelly.
Well, Jaden Joseph goes off in a little bit of discomfort after that play. Braden Pahal put the hammer down on him after he pokes in on that puck that was underneath Ian Scott.
Faceoff in the Raiders zone. Giants control, walking the line, Canuck Liepert. Left side, Dawson Holt. Back up high, Canuck Liepert. Right side, Hines. Pass it to the line. That one's picked off by Leeson. He'll bust up the ice shorthanded. Brett Leeson to the net. Backhand bouncing puck. Save made by Tendick. Montgomery couldn't find the rebound, but we're back to even strength. A great look there for the Raiders. Out of the box, rebound, they score. The Giants strike 2-0. Dawson Holt off the rebound. That one off the end boards, wide open side of the goal. And right after Brett Leeson has a look at the Giants' goal, Vancouver strikes the other way, 2-0 for Vancouver.
Yeah, 2-0 quick here by the Vancouver Giants. And the Raiders, I'm not too sure, they're kind of standing there looking up at the video clock, but that was a shot that goes wide, and it comes right off the end boards, right onto the stick of Holt.
Dawson Holt. Assist to number 22, Jared Dimitru, and number 15, Owen Hardy. Time of the goal, 6:06.
2 goals for the Vancouver Giants in the opening 6 minutes. And the Raiders find themselves in a deficit. Puck worked up the right side. That went off his stick, and one goes up into the crowd with a lot of smoke on it. Back down to neutral ice. 6:16 into this first period. Raiders, some penalty trouble, and they trail 2-0.
Well, the penalty trouble, I mean, Parker Kelly was out of the box, but you're still coming off that penalty kill, and you're still feeling the effects of that penalty kill.
Short-handed rush right at the end by Brett Leeson creates an opportunity, and now Weisblatt and Fonstad cross up in neutral ice, but the Raiders able to get it in deep. David Tendick settles behind the Giants' goal. He'll leave it right corner. Jaden Joseph bounced by Zach Hayes, pulled free by Davis Koch, turned over. Fonstad fires it, just missing off the blocker's side. I believe that one went off his stick. Dylan Plouffe in the corner, up to the line, held by Hayes. He bounces Jaden Joseph to the ice. A big hit there by the Raider defender, but Vancouver able to work the puck down into the Raider zone. Weisblatt around behind the net for Zach Hayes. Up the middle, it's Gregor. Left side for Fonstad. Giants on him quickly. He'll settle down and now skated ahead of the red line before working that one into the Vancouver zone. 7 minutes gone in this first period. And what happened here? The net comes off behind David Tendick, a long ways away from anybody, but they'll blow it down. We'll see a face-off in the Vancouver zone.
Yeah, the net definitely had been slipped off the pin, so we're going to end up with a face-off. I believe it's going to stay in the Vancouver Giants zone. Yes, it is. It's going to go over to the right-hand side of David Tendick. And the Raiders right now, they're a little bit behind, and they've got to come back into this one pretty quick.
Spencer Moe on the draw against Milos Roman. Moe chops it back. Pierce has a swipe at it, but the Giants skate away, and here's Dallas Hines. Hines up the left wing side. He's met by Jacob Brook at the red line, but he'll work it into the Raiders' zone. Scott leaves in the corner for Max Martin. Martin pass up the middle for Eric Pierce. It'll skip away from him and carries all the way down for icing. Face-off back into the Raiders' zone. 7:20 gone in this first period. Face-off back into Prince Albert territory. Game 1 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series.
So face-off back into the Prince Albert Raiders zone on this icing call. And this one's going to be to the right-hand side or blocker side of Ian Scott.
Spencer Moe and Milos Roman again on the face-off. Moe able to pull it back to the wall. Moe chips it behind the net now for Sepago. He'll step out left side. Sepago with 3-game point streak coming into this one. He and Brett Leeson both do. Worked out to neutral ice. The Giants stop that at their own blue line. And now a scramble in front of the penalty box. Milos Roman finds it at the red line. And he'll look to skate ahead right side. Doesn't like what he sees, so he'll turn it back. Giants regroup, and Braden Watts will chip it in. Max Martin back to pick it up with Roman bearing down. Sepago gets planted by Fuller on the forecheck. That one sends Sepago in head first from the back. Raiders bench incensed that one's not called, but here's Masella's shot and a blocker save by Tendick. A great look for Jeremy Masella. Tendick, a huge save, but the Giants leading in no small part to a 5-on-3 goal, and Sepago gets planted face first. And the Raiders livid that there's no call on that one.
Mark Habshaw is incensed on that missed call. And that was a hard check down in the corner.
Back shoulder hit by Landon Fuller. Goes uncalled. Raiders on the puck in the offensive zone. Kelly a look at it in the slot. It's turned aside. Now Gooley bounced in neutral ice. Raiders bring it in. Kelly up the right wing side. Cutting it off the wall. Fires it up high, and a save made there by Tendick. No rebound available in a face-off in the Vancouver zone. 11:43 to go in the first period. 2-0 is the Giants' lead.
The Raiders do have to adjust a little bit. David Tendick is one of the few goaltenders he's a right-handed catcher. And so it's just a little bit different look when you're used to working out against those goaltenders. You got that blocker on the right hand. All of a sudden, Tendick's got the catcher on the right hand.
Giants win the draw in the defensive zone. Plouffe up the wall. It's cut off by Kelly. Kelly pulled down, and Hanoun finds the puck. Left side for Hayes. Kelly back up high for Zach Hayes. He'll walk through. Wrist shot. Rebound. Knackbauer. Save made by Tendick. Knackbauer digging for a rebound, and now he and Plouffe are going to get into it. A few free punches allowed both ways, and after the Giants get 2 quick power plays in the early going, it looks like they're going to tuck the whistles away as this game settles in.
Well, and a good job there by big Justin Knackbauer. He just holds his ground with Dylan Plouffe. That puck wasn't frozen yet, and Knackbauer goes in, makes a good extra attempt at it, and Plouffe comes in pretty hard on him, and Justin Knackbauer just takes a step back, 1 step forward, and gives him a shot right back.
Shots were 6-2. It's now 6-6. It was 6-2 Vancouver on those 2 power plays. Shots brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Puck back to the line. Gooley looks to hold. It's worked past him by Owen Hardy. Hardy muscles it ahead, picked off, and Leeson busts into the offensive zone. Can't get around Dylan Plouffe. Good recovery there by the Giants defender, and Vancouver works it up through neutral ice. It'll bounce into the Raiders zone. Owen Hardy chasing after it. Knocked off the puck by Masella, and they'll battle in the corner. Worked up the wall. Leeson floats it rink wide for Alex Protas. Protas has Montgomery into the offensive zone. He'll flip it in as Montgomery chases. Byram turns around behind the net, threads it up the middle for Dimitru. Stretch pass for Braden Watts to the net. Watts turned aside by Scott. Loose puck, and Watts can't get it on goal. Scott recovers. Watts gets it back. Right side, Sordoff. Down the wall. He'll center that one. It's picked off by Masella, and he'll chip it out to neutral ice. Approaching the midway point of this first period, Vancouver a 2-0 lead. Bowen Byram will send it in. Max Martin lets it go up the wall for Weisblatt. Chip to the line held by the Giants. Bowen Byram, nice move of the line. He'll step in, left side, curls back up high. Across for Canuck Liepert. Back to Byram. He'll probe his way in the right side. Byram down around behind the net. He's still got it. Byram circles his own backhander. Save made by Scott. And now Max Martin works the right side for Weisblatt. To the red line and in, and they're going to call that one icing. Sticky call on that one. The crowd doesn't like it. Face-off back into the Raiders' zone. 10:07 to go in this first period. And a 2-0 Vancouver lead.
Boy, that was a tight call. Usually there's a little bit of leeway there on that type of play, as Ozzy Weisblatt was kind of tapping around and moves around the Vancouver Giant defenseman, but he gets called on the icing. Face-off back in the Raiders' zone.
Davis Kosh, Dante Hanoun on the draw. They'll reset as Bahal and Nielsen jump. Kosh and Hanoun stay in there. Kosh able to pull it back, and Plouffe has it left point. Down into the corner, Jaden Joseph up high for Davis Kosh. A shot from the high slot and a save made by Scott. He'll hang on to that one, and a face-off right back into the Raiders' zone once again.
Well, pretty good check thrown on this play. Jaden Joseph and Zach Hayes right along the wall, kind of away from the play a little bit, and Joseph a little bit of a tap on the shoulder there. Zach Hayes, that's the second time he's run into Joseph as well in this game so far.
Hanoun stays out there, this time against Milos Roman, as the Giants switch up their forward group. Sepago and Martin come out for the Raiders, and it's controlled by Sepago behind the Prince Albert goal. He'll step up through the middle looking for Kelly off of Vancouver's stick into the Giants zone, and Kelly will chip it in as he's met there by Dylan Plouffe. Knackbauer in on the forecheck, puts a hit on Bafaro, and Sepago battles on the far wall. He'll work it loose behind the net. Knackbauer battling with Plouffe. Knackbauer slew-footed in the corner, and play carries on. Martin at the blue line, down into the right corner for Kelly. Kelly tries to spin away from Roman. He lost his edges, and Milos Roman starts ahead. Roman through neutral ice over the red line. He'll carry it in and lift it in deep. A delayed offside here against the Giants. Gives Sepago time to start it ahead. 9 1/4 left in this first period. Giants lead 2-0. A 5-on-3 goal and one right after their next power play expired. Raiders looking for their first power play of the game. Here's Davis Kosh. Out of the defensive zone, he'll gain the red line. Dump it in cross corner as Hayes goes back to pick it up. He's tied up, and Montgomery in support. Checked by Davis Kosh, and Joseph finds the puck for Vancouver. Around behind the net, Joseph ducks a check from Zach Hayes. They both go crashing to the ice, and now it's played all the way down by Prince Albert. Icing is the call, and we'll take a break. 8:44 remaining in the first period. The Vancouver Giants, a quick start. They've got a 2-0 lead on the Prince Albert Raiders in Game 1 of the 2019 Rogers WHL Championship Series. Raiders control the puck now in their own zone. It's Braden Pahal, right corner. He'll chip it around behind the net. Left side, Zach Hayes. Up the wall for Alexei Protas. Swings it across for Montgomery. The puck gets away from him. Back into the defensive zone. Pahal regroups ahead now for Protas. Red line and in for Protas. Bouncing puck into the offensive zone. Leeson the first man on it. He'll pin it up against the boards and wait for help. It's poked loose, though, by Bowen Byram. Byram up the wall, cut off by Pahal. Montgomery holds right point. Down the wall for Alex Protas. Up high, Zach Hayes joining the play. A long wrist shot and a save made by David Tendick.
Well, Vancouver doing a good job right now of keeping the Raiders away from some of these extra chances. You've got Brett Leeson. He goes in, tries to pin the puck up against the boards. Vancouver was able to squib it free and then start wrapping it around the boards. And Raiders just going to have to work it just a little bit harder. This is a pretty tight defense that the Vancouver Giants are presenting right now.
Gregor and Dimitru in the offensive zone face off. Giants control, and Dylan Plouffe will start ahead. He'll skate it ahead of the blue line and work it right side now for Owen Hardy. Hardy over the line, right side for Dimitru. Around behind the net, Masella bounced off the puck, and Gooley finds it. Up the left wall for Fonstad. Pass up the middle. Knocked out of the air by Dawson Holt, and the Giants keep it in the Raiders' zone. Hardy in on the forecheck, battling with Jeremy Masella. Masella and Hardy battle. Gooley in there as well on Dawson Holt. Fonstad back in support. Holt brings it up the far side. Right point for Bafaro. Bafaro off the end boards. It'll rim around near side. And Weisblatt's got it for Prince Albert. He'll put a big shoulder into Owen Hardy as Hardy goes down, but the Giants bring it right back in. Cutting to the net. Sort of a centering feed, and that one gets away from Dimitru. Justin Sordoff, a great look there for Dimitru, but it's kept out. Knocked back into the Raiders' zone. 7 minutes to go in this first period. 2-0, the Vancouver lead. Pass up the right side for Spencer Moe. He'll drop it back for Kelly. Kelly through neutral ice. He'll gain the zone left side. Kelly tripped up at the Vancouver blue line, And the Giants will clear to neutral ice. Max Martin up the middle for Moe. He'll bring it right back in. Kelly up the right side, fires it, blocked by Byram, and away from the play. Moe is knocked to the ice, and that's going to be a penalty on Caleb Bulich. Interference the call, and the Raiders will go to the man advantage with 6:39 to go in the first, down by 2.
I'm not too sure what Caleb Bulich was thinking there as he just pushed the shoulder into Spencer Moe. Spencer Moe's so far away from the puck. The puck's going in the opposite corner, and Bulich is putting the hammer down on Moe. So it's the first power play coming the way of the Prince Albert Raiders.
Raiders man advantage brought to you by Advantage Collision, formerly JG's, but still the little shop that cares. Raiders man advantage. Last couple games against Edmonton, 38%, but 23% throughout the playoffs. Vancouver clears. Hanoun touches with a high stick as he tried to keep it in the zone, and it'll carry all the way back into the Prince Albert zone as they touch it up. Face off in Raider territory, 10 seconds gone in the penalty to Bulich.
Yeah, the Raiders certainly can build on the positives that came out of that Edmonton Oil King series with the power play, because they definitely started to ramp that power play up. It was good puck movement, and they did a good job on the power play against Edmonton.
Sean Montgomery and Davis Kosh on the draw. Kosh ties up Montgomery, but Noah Gregor's able to find that one. He'll take it around behind the Raider goal, and this power play unit starts ahead. Gregor up the middle for Leeson. He'll turn straight up ice. Leeson off the end boards. He'll go after it himself. He's tied up by Kanik Liepert, and Byram's clearing effort gets past Hanoun and all the way down into the Raiders' zone. Max Martin chased by Jaden Joseph. Joseph, hard work on the penalty kill, finds the puck for the Giants, and it's recovered now by Prince Albert. Hanoun starts ahead for the Raiders into the offensive zone. Hanoun lost it, and Braden Watts will get the clear. Vancouver's penalty kill holding up so far. They are 79% in the postseason. They were 90% in the West Final against Spokane. Cole Fonstad over the red line. He'll lift it in. Dallas Hines back to play it. He'll chop it off the glass, but it was touched on a high stick, so that'll bring the faceoff down into the Giants zone. 59 seconds left in the penalty to Bulich. 5:38 to go in this first period. Giants leading 2-0.
The Raiders haven't been able to get set up inside the Vancouver Giants zone. Some really good penalty killing by Vancouver, getting sticks on pucks, and this is going to be a key face-off here for Parker Kelly.
Kelly and Owen Hardy on the draw. Hardy jumping a little bit. They'll get him back in place. The puck is down. It's pulled free by Weisblatt, and he'll hustle after it on the far side. He's got Dimitru on him. Down into the corner, cut off by Dylan Plouffe. Kelly looking for it, but Plouffe able to get it high off the glass and out to neutral ice. 45 seconds left in this man advantage. Sepago ahead for Kelly. Raiders looking to get established in the offensive zone. Protas knocks it around behind the net. Kelly keeps it moving up the far wall as Weisblatt gets put in head first. Right point, Sepago. Weisblatt slow to get up. Sepago across for Fonstad. Fonstad, left circle, Weisblatt, up high, Sepago. Sepago fires it. That one misses on the blocker side. Weisblatt up high for Sepago. Sepago, right circle, Protas. Back up top for Fonstad. He'll wind up and drive it, blocked by Dimitru. And the Giants get it down the ice. 10 seconds remaining in the penalty to Caleb Bulich. Stretch passes. Kelly brings it in, working on Byram. Kelly kept it. He'll play it back, looking for Pahal, blocked by Joseph. Now goes behind the net for Spencer Moe. Gregor on it, checked by Moe, and Moe works it up the corner to the near wall. Out of the box comes Caleb Bulich. Raiders 0 for 1 on the power play. Still a 2-0 Giants lead as they bring it ahead at even strength. Tristan Nielsen, a centering feed for Kanik Liepert. Doesn't connect, and the Raiders come the other way. Here's Gregor into the offensive zone, wide on Byram, fires it, and Bowen Byram gets a stick in the way, knocks that one up and out of play. And the faceoff will stay in the Giants zone. 4:16 remaining in this first period. A 2-0 Giants lead.
Well, there you see one of the Raiders' fastest skaters, and Noah Gregor. He gets things wound up here a little bit, but he's trying to work around the very skilled Bowen Byram, and he just continues to push him to the outside. Gets a stick on the puck, and the puck goes up and over the glass. Good play there by Byram.
We'll see Milos Roman and Spencer Moe in the faceoff circle. To the right of Giants goaltender David Tendick. He stopped all 7 faced by the Raiders tonight. Seth Buffaro on the puck for the Giants. He'll clear to neutral ice. Sepago back to Max Martin, and they'll turn it ahead. Jacob Brook, some speed up the left wing side, driving in on Buffaro. Brook hammers the brakes and plays it up high for Sapego. It gets past him. Heads up, an odd man rush for the Giants. Up the ice, Justin sort of tied up, and he'll go in to the end boards. A great back check there by Jacob Brook. Sort of pops up. He'll play it for Plouffe, a drive, and a one-timer save there by Ian Scott, as Dylan Plouffe had a real good look from in tight. Spencer Monell. Red line can't get it in deep as Vancouver regroups. 3.5 to go in this first period. A 2-0 Giants lead. Roman right side for Seth Buffaro. Turn back to the red line. Leeson chips at it. Protas can't get it into the Giant zone. Pahal now tries right side for Montgomery. And that one goes in offside. Face-off back out to neutral ice. Some unpredictable weather in Prince Albert lately. If you're not sure, winter tires, summer tires, head on down and check in with the experts at OK Tire in Prince Albert.
And it has literally been unpredictable weather. I mean, we had a couple inches of snow here overnight, so it's
and rain this afternoon to wash it away.
So it's lots of moisture on the ground right now.
2-0 Giants lead here. 3:24 to go in the first period of game one. Owen Hardy finds the puck for Vancouver. He'll step in. Good wrist shot there as Ian Scott gets over and gets a shoulder on it. Bounce it around behind the net. Noah Gregor heads up ice, busting in on Bullich. He's got a lane to the net, fires it, and a save made there by David Tendick. Noah Gregor turned the corner as he caught Bullich flat-footed. A good shot, but Tendick plays the angle and keeps that one out.
Well, a really good rush there by Noah Gregor. He just wasn't able to cut right to the front like he would have liked to, but again, he has that good quick release of the shot. He was able to get the shot in on Tendick, but it goes right into the catching hand. Of course, that right-handed catching hand of David Tendick.
Noah Gregor and Jaden Joseph on the face-off. Down in Vancouver territory, shots 9-8 for the Giants, and they've got a 2-0 lead. Gregor pulls it back. Zach Hayes down into the corner for Ozzy Weisblatt. Weisblatt looks up high for Fonstad. He'll try and go to the net himself, but he gets checked, and now Fonstad has it behind the net. He's met by Byram. Fonstad knocked to the ice. Gregor looks to pull it free. He will. Back to the right point, Pahal. Pahal walks the blue line, drops it for Hayes. That shot through, hits a foot in front. Weisblatt fires it just over the crossbar. Good look there for Weisblatt as he's able to find it in tight. Hayes battling with Kosh at the blue line. It's clear to neutral ice, and near side Pahal can't find the puck in his skates. It'll bounce back to Weisblatt. And now across for Zach Hayes. 2.5 to go in this first period. Raiders down 2-0 against the Giants. Knocked into the Vancouver zone. Tendick plays it ahead. Joseph out to neutral ice, and Owen Hardy sends it into Raider territory. Jeremy Masella curls around behind the net. He'll go left side for Protas. Up the middle, it's Sean Montgomery. Montgomery skates it right side, and he'll bust into the zone. Montgomery puts it on goal, and Tendick keeps it behind. Back to the left point, Sapego. Into the corner, it's handled there by Giants forward Dawson Holt. He can't clear the zone, though, as the Raiders keep it in. Plouffe up the wall, cut off by Montgomery near side. Montgomery puts it on goal, and Tendick hangs on. Leeson there looking for a rebound, and Raiders being forced to shoot from outside right now. David Tendick having the answer for everything so far.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it is some outside shots there as Sean Montgomery moves in from the right wing there and gets a shot in on Tendick. Pops out just a little bit of a rebound. Leeson not able to get a stick on it. Mark Habshai is definitely not happy with the officials so far in this period.
We saw Weisblatt with a great chance just moments prior in the slot. He put that one up over the crossbar as he found a loose puck there, and Giants on the puck now. Byram checked by Spencer Moe. Roman comes in to support him. Kelly forces a turnover. Moe backhand jam play kept aside by Tendick. A good look there as the Raiders force a turnover, and they'll keep it down in Giants territory. 90 seconds to go in the first. Kelly down low for Hanoun. Hanoun up the near wall. Kelly back into the corner, working on Milos Roman. Kelly looks to Martin. He's covered. Kelly checked. He'll pop right back up. He's still got the puck. To the line, Max Martin sends a shot through. It's blocked by Kanik Liepert. And the Giants get it out to neutral ice, and sort of will lift it in from the red line. He and Hanoun collide as we reach the final minute of play here in the first, presented by Carlton Honda. Dante Hanoun over the red line. He'll slide it ahead for Moe. That one got past him down into the Giants zone. Fonstad on the forecheck, and Seth Buffaro strides ahead for the Giants. Right side for Justin Sordiff. Sort of right side for Tristan Nielsen. Nielsen steps in, a shot handled by Ian Scott. Rebound kicks to the line. Plouffe holds for the Giants. Hayes behind the net. 40 seconds to go in this first period. It clears to neutral ice as Plouffe hangs on. The Giants a 2-0 lead. One of those goals coming from Dylan Plouffe. It'll be dumped right back in, and Ian Scott sends it up the boards. Cut off by Nielsen. He anticipated that one, and Joseph has it behind the Raider goal. 20 seconds to work with. He's bounced off the puck. Ball behind the net now for Hayes. Up the middle for Gregor. He's checked by Buffaro, who stayed on him the whole way. Giants sent it back in. 10 seconds left in this first period. Hayes behind the net for Braden Pahal. Up the right side, Weisblad. 5 seconds as he gains the Giants line. Weisblad driving in, and he's met by Hardy in the corner. And the buzzer sounds. The Vancouver Giants take a 2-0 lead into the first intermission. I'm Trevor Redden. This is Marty Ring, and we're ready for the second period here in Prince Albert. And it looked like the Raiders fell behind the 8 ball and really started swimming in that early going. They take a couple quick penalties. 5-on-3 goal for the Giants, one right off the end of that next power play, but you don't want this. You don't want it to be 2-0 and then you find your legs, but I think Prince Albert really settled in the last half of that period.
Yeah, I thought they did. And, it's one of those. It was one of those situations. Vancouver certainly took advantage of their opportunities, in particular on that power play, and then once that power play ended, they scored very, very shortly after that as well. So it was basically right almost on the same play.
Time now for the Great Canadian Oil Change opening face-off. Hanoun and Dimitru at center ice. The puck is down. Dimitru able to win it back, and the Giants control starting left to right in their road maroons. Up the ice comes Canuck Leipert. Up the middle, chipped in by Dimitru. Ian Scott will leave there for Max Martin. Martin up the wall for Mo. Hill center. Dante Hanoun steps into it. It bounces away on him. Dawson Holt converges. Played out to neutral ice. Sepego lifts it right back in. Kelly in on the forecheck, an offside call there against the Raiders. Kelly thought it was played back in by the Giants. The official thought otherwise, and it comes out in front of the Raider bench here 24 seconds into this second period.
Well, the last time the Raiders were down 2-0 was against the Saskatoon Blades, and it was after the first period as well. And then I believe the alarm clock went off, and the Raiders came to life. So we're looking for something to happen here tonight now.
Sergei Sepego on the near side. Can't get it past Justin Sordoff. Giants have been closing off lanes here tonight. Pass ahead, Hanoun. Kelly chips it in. He's chasing after Byram to the net. Loose puck. It's at the side of the goal. And Tendick able to find that and cover up. Both Mo and Hanoun were there, but they didn't realize it had popped loose. Tendick, the first man to it to cover up.
Yeah, and Parker Kelly, he almost was able to really work this puck free as well. Bowman Byram kind of left him alone, and Parker Kelly was able to go in, and definitely a short little rebound popped out of there off of David Tendick.
The shots were 6-2 for the Giants at one point. They're 11-5 in favor of the Raiders since then. The problem for Prince Albert is 2 of those 6 were goals, and the Raiders are digging from behind. Offensive zone face-off. Splits the defenders and comes all the way back. Sepego back to collect. He'll work it ahead for Brett Leeson. Leeson jumping around Jaden Joseph. The puck didn't come with him. And Joseph able to slow up that rush. And now a turnover in tight. Joseph a chance, and that one kept aside by Ian Scott. It just rolled off the stick of Max Martin right in front of the net. Joseph tries to find it, but Scott keeps it out. Now up the right side. Protas chips it in. He's on the forecheck on Dylan Plouffe. Plouffe lost the puck to Protas, his centering attempt off the side of the goal, and Jaden Joseph will come the other way. He'll dump it in shy of the red line, and icing the call, and they're going to be consistent anyway. The Raiders were upset about a similar one like that in the first period, and they call the same one against the Giants here. Face off back into the Vancouver zone.
Tight call once again, as you mentioned on that icing call. It's basically kind of half a stride. You're releasing it as your feet are going across, and the puck is still back behind the red line.
Noah Gregor on the face-off, back in Giants territory, lined up against Davis Kosh. Kosh jumps a little bit. They'll reset. Kosh wins that draw too. Hines around behind the net. Canuck Leipert. He'll go off the glass. Joseph chips it towards the Raider line. Hayes on it. And an offside call there against the Giants as Tristan Nielsen went in a bit early. Face-off back out to neutral ice.
The puck just kind of got bouncing around. Zach Hayes was able to get a stick on it, and it just popped up enough and it ends up forcing that offside call as Vancouver was trying to get the jump in inside that Raider blue line.
Milos Roman on the face-off against Noah Gregor in front of the penalty box near side. Fonstad tied up, but they'll keep battling and works the puck out to neutral ice. Kanik Liepert for the Giants. Chips it ahead. Sveikovsky near side. Lost it to Fonstad. Giants step up and dump it in. And now Max Martin curls around behind the Raider goal. Martin left side for Cole Fonstad. Fonstad, rink-wide feed. It'll bounce on Weisblatt. And he's able to settle it down and work it into the zone. Weisblatt battling against Dallas Hines. Popped loose. Gregor can't find it. And Sveikovsky will go against the grain. Back for Kanik Liepert. Near side. Banks it in far side looking for the stretch pass to Roman, but he's not able to get past Max Martin. Icing the call against the Giants. 2:07 into the second period. Vancouver leading 2-0.
Well, that was a high, hard one going all the way down the ice. It left just down in front of us here on this side of the red line, and it hit about halfway up the glass, so I'm not sure who was supposed to be picking that one up.
I think he thought Roman was going to get in behind Max Martin there, but Martin stays there. Icing in effect. Pierce out for the offensive zone faceoff. Pierce back to Caden Gooley, left point. Gooley chips it in down low. Jacob Brook battling with Dimitru. He'll keep it alive for Knackbauer in the far corner. Knackbauer watched by Byram. Pops loose for Eric Pierce. Pierce stripped of the puck by Dimitru, and he'll go near side for Fuller. Landon Fuller bounced by Jacob Brook at the penalty box. Worked ahead, and Caden Gooley turns it up ice for Eric Pierce. Pierce centers for Knackbauer, and that one turned aside out to neutral ice. Owen Hardy will dump it in as Gooley goes back to pick it up. Fuller bearing down on him. He's run over from behind. That's the second time that Landon Fuller has run a Raider from behind, and we got a power play coming here. And this could be more than two, Marty, as he got away with a check from behind in the first period. And this time he's got all kinds of time to run at Caden Gooley. 23 minutes of playoff ice time now for Landon Fuller. This is the first game he's dressed in for the Vancouver Giants. He's run two Raider defensemen from behind. This one will get called, and they're maybe lucky it's only a minor.
He's only drawing a 2-minute minor on this one. I'll tell you what, that one was borderline. We saw a suspension assessed against a Prince Albert Raider for a check earlier on in this playoffs.
Landon Fuller draws in for his first playoff game here tonight, and he's making his mark. Raiders on the man advantage. Brought to you by Advantage Collision. Here's Hanoun. Left side, Leeson up high. Martin the drive. That one skips wide. Gregor has it. Right wall. Up high for Martin. Walks the blue line. Martin right side for Noah Gregor. He'll step in. Fires it. Blocked by Kanik Liepert. And it's clear to the line. Held by Max Martin. Martin near side. Dante Hanoun. Raiders looking for life here. Left side, Leeson. Leeson. Up high for Max Martin. Martin near side. Brett Leeson, top of the circle. Fires it through a screen. He scores! Brett Leeson, power play goal. And the Prince Albert Raiders are on the board.
Great job here by the Raiders on this power play. Good puck movement, lots of patience, and a good hard shot by Brett Leeson. And now this crowd is engaged.
There's the alarm clock you talked about. Brett Leeson threads that one through the screen. It's a 4-game point streak for Leeson here, dating back to the Edmonton series. And that's a big one as the Raiders continue this run after falling behind 2-0.
Salva Raider goal brought to you by Venice House Pizza on second. His sixth in the playoffs, scored by number 20, Brett Leeson. Assist to number 10, Max Martin. And number 17, Dante Hanoun.
Some life back in the building here as we got a 2-1 game. Noah Gregor circling the offensive zone. Braden Pahal had a good look just previously. And now the Raiders reload in the defensive zone. Ahead for Weisblatt. He'll bust in left side. Centers. Fonstad. Backhander. That one redirected wide. Hayes comes crashing down the left point. He can't keep it in. Joseph will clear. And we'll see an icing call here against the Giants. Face-off back into the Vancouver zone. And momentum on the side of the Raiders. Caden Gooley back on the ice here. Good to see after that big hit he took from Fuller.
Yeah, it certainly is good to see, and that was a nasty hit, I'll tell you. But what's happened now is you can certainly feel the momentum and feel the energy in this building with that goal. Crowd was a little quiet, but they are revved up now.
Montgomery lined up against Jaden Joseph. Bouncing puck to the front of the net. It pops up the near wall. Montgomery's got it. Montgomery, left circle, puts it towards the net off a leg. And around behind. Leeson now battling with Seth Buffaro. Montgomery keeps it moving down low. Protas battling against Dylan Plouffe. Masella crashing down. Keeps it alive. Montgomery's got it. Montgomery left point, spins it on goal. And Tendick the save. He'll hang on as the Raiders continue to apply pressure. The shots in this second period now 3-1 in favor of the Raiders. And going back to since it was 6-2 for the Giants, it's 10-5 in favor of Prince Albert.
Yeah, 10-5 in favor of PA in those shots on goal since the Vancouver Giants took that lead. And the Raiders are certainly starting to, you can feel that they're starting to get their stride. And this last couple of shifts has been in the Vancouver Giants zone.
Byram works it up the right side, skips away from his forward. Masella steps up, plays the puck. He's run over by Owen Hardy. A big hit there by Hardy. The puck bounces up into the Raider bench, and we'll see a face-off in neutral ice here. 4:36 into this second period, a one-goal game in the WHL Championship Series opening night.
Well, the puck goes up, and as you mentioned, into the Raider bench, but Hardy just finishing off the check, runs right over top of Jeremy Masella.
A rugged team for sure out of Vancouver here, as they're going to finish their checks all night long. That's something the Raiders have had success with all year. The playoffs are a war of attrition, and it continues here tonight. Giants win the draw. Canuck Liepert near side works it in for Dawson Holt. He'll chip it past Gooley. First man in is Hardy. Hardy checked by Masella, but he'll protect it in the corner for Holt. Hardy now behind the net. Lost it, and Caden Gooley looks ahead. He'll work it for Protas. Center for Montgomery. Looking back for Protas. It bounces off a stick to Mitru now. Lost it. Protas chops it into the Vancouver zone, and they'll reload in their own end. Canuck Liepert behind the net. He'll find Byram left corner. Byram ahead for Jared Dimitru. Dimitru into the offensive zone around Hanoun. He'll fire it. He scores. Jared Dimitru picks the corner, walks right in and blows it past Ian Scott. And the Giants have restored their 2-goal lead.
Well, that's a crusher goal for the Prince Albert Raiders, and that's a goal. We talk about shots that a goaltender wants back, and this is a shot that Ian Scott wants back as the defenseman drops down in front for a bit of the block. And I don't know that obviously Ian Scott doesn't pick up the shot coming up and over the blocker side of Ian Scott.
Assist to number 44, Bowen Byram, and number 41, Alex Canuck Liepert.
Well, the Raiders had momentum on their side, and a big goal there by the captain, Dimitru, makes it a 3-1 Vancouver lead. But here's Hanoun cutting towards the net. Center's nobody home. It's cleared by Sordoff. Out to neutral ice. Hanoun back into his own zone, battling with Sveikovsky. Hanoun checked by Sveikovsky. Sapago in there supporting him, watched by Roman. Bounces into the corner, and Sapago will pull it free. Sergei Sapago up the near side. He'll sneak past Sordoff into the offensive zone. Sapago fires it. That one blocked. Bouncing into the corner now. Side of the goal. Wraparound attempt. Mo jams away. Rebound out front. Sapago swipes at it. Kept out by Tennick. Hanoun across the blue line. Right side for Max Martin. Martin works around Milos Roman. Martin circling behind the net. Martin has it near side now as he walks the zone. Puts it on goal. Hits a skate. And Justin Sordoff will work it left side for Dallas Hines. Hines gets the red line and gets it in deep. Raiders quickly transition. Parker Kelly, he's got Gregor to the net. Gregor scores! Noah Gregor right back on the goal sheet. And it's a 3-2 game here. 6:17 into the second period.
This is a great heads-up play here. Zach Hayes, and I believe Ian Scott helps him out. He's looking up ice, and he tells Zach Hayes, throw it up ice. Parker Kelly is all by himself. Vancouver's caught on a line change, and then you've got Noah Gregor full speed going right up the middle. Great feed by Parker Kelly. Could be Kelly from Hayes and Gregor.
Now we're ready to go. Brought to you by Venice House Pizza on second. His 8th in the playoffs. Scored by number 18, Noah Gregor. Assist to number 27, Parker Kelly. And number 5, Zach Hayes.
A one-goal game once again. All kinds of action here in the second period. Raiders have been dominating the play. Dimitru, the long shot snuck past Ian Scott. But a big response there by Noah Gregor. Near side, here's Weisblatt. Picking his way into the offensive zone. He's hooked up, drops for Gregor. His shot blocked. Rebound out front. Tendick with a save as that one ricocheted into the goal. Now Byram gets clipped up high with a high stick. No call coming. Gregor works it in for Fonstad. Fonstad towards the net. Gregor, that one sneaks through. And Kosh intercepts for the Giants. So we see a Raider player gain the zone and get hooked nearly to the ice. We see Byram take a clear high stick. Neither one gets called. And play carries on. The crowd into it here at the Art Hauser Center. Byram threads it ahead for Dawson Holt. Holt into the offensive zone. Driving wide on Zach Hayes. Around behind the net. Hayes checks Holt. Sepego supporting him as well. Montgomery in there now. Comes loose up the wall. Hayes looks to work it ahead for Leeson. Sepego bounced on the play. Worked for Leeson. It gets past him and down into Giants territory. Bafaro back on it. He'll drop it off for Plouffe. Drove up the boards for Owen Hardy. Hardy steps out from his own blue line. Drops it back for Plouffe. And Dylan Plouffe sees an opportunity to skate ahead. Long wrister in that one high over the crossbar. Protas centers for Leeson. Just too far for him. But look at this. Can he get there ahead of Bafaro? Not quite. Looked like he was there. But they're going to call it icing. 8:09 gone in this second period. Raiders down by 1. It's 3-2. And again, every time the Raiders score this postseason, Man Northway GM Cadillac is giving away a $25 Man Northway gift card. Check out Man Northway GM Cadillac's Facebook page to take part. Tonight's winners on the Leeson goal, Lori Lehner, and on the Noah Gregor goal, Yvonne Garrick. Congratulations to you two. 3-2 is the score here in the second period, game 1. Giants a 1-goal lead. Raiders get it into the Vancouver zone. Dylan Plouffe around behind the goal, ahead for Sordiff. Across for Watts, he'll play it back for Plouffe. Plouffe watched by Moe. This time he'll get it ahead to Watson. He chips it into the Raider zone. Max Martin up the wall for Parker Kelly. Kelly stripped of the puck. It comes back to Martin. They'll work it right side for Pahal. Pahal rink wide. Kelly handles it. Takes a hit from Roman. Sets Roman to the ice. And the Giants regroup in their own zone. Ahead for Milos Roman. Right side, Brayden Watts. Stick check by Max Martin. And he'll turn the puck back up ice. Watts has it at the red line. Checked by Martin. Sordiff takes a high stick there from Max Martin. That one goes uncalled as well. Everything getting missed here in the second period. Max Martin on the puck in his own zone. Martin stretch pass ahead for Dante Hanoun. Gains the offensive line left side. Hanoun up high. Kelly side of the goal. Moe not ready for that one as it hit his skate and bounces around behind the net. A great feed there. This caught Spencer Moe a little off guard. Turned over now. Here's Hanoun. Back for Kelly. Moe back to Kelly. Gets it on goal, and Tendick with a save. Good puck movement there. Hayes across for Sepego. Sepego toe drag. Gets it past Sordiff, and he'll bring it down the wall. Kelly in the corner. Skips away from him. And Dallas Hines will recover for the Giants as the Raiders change their forward line. Alex Kanik-Liepert approaching the midway point of this second period. Raiders trail 3-2 in game 1 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series. Here's Cole Fonstad. Up through neutral ice. Look at this. Fonstad picks his way in. Gregor drops. Weisblatt fires it off a leg into the corner. Nielsen has it for the Giants. They'll try this stretch pass again. Kosh doesn't have the legs to get past Hayes. And that'll be an icing call, and we'll take a break. Time.
Back with more Raider hockey on CKDI.
9:55 remaining in period number 2, game 1 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series. The Vancouver Giants have a 3-2 lead over the Prince Albert Raiders. Jaden Joseph heads up as Brett Leeson stepped up on him, and the Raiders working ahead. Protas fan on the puck, though, and Kosh recovers for the Giants. Here's Nielsen ahead for Vancouver. He'll chip it in. Sepego back to pick it up. Takes a hard hit from Nielsen. Bouncing puck along the board. Sepego battling. He drives his man into the ice. That's Joseph. Montgomery slides it down low. Intercepted. A heads-up play by Jared Dimitru. And he's on the puck. Dimitru looks to center. Cut off by Sepego, and Montgomery will work it ahead for Leeson. Leeson battling with Bowen Byram. Leeson driving in on Byram. Centers it looking for Protas. And he can't get it there, but Protas has it back in front. Save made by Tendick. as Leeson was right there. Protas puts it on goal, but David Tendick shuts the door. What a battle between Leeson and Byram.
That was a great shift there by both of those players that are expected to go in this year's NHL entry draft. Byram certainly had a much higher level than Brett Leeson, but what a play defensively by Byram as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he was able to just edge Leeson off, finish it off with a good hard check down on the end wall.
Potentially even 2 first-rounders.
Yes.
I know Byram will be. Leeson's got a shot at being a first-rounder this year. Here's Caden Gooley knocked down by Dimitru, and that's going to be a penalty against the Giants captain. Maybe looked worse than it was. Gooley lost an edge as Dimitru came in, made contact at a bad spot. Gooley goes crashing in. He's had a tough period, but Dimitru heads to the box for cross-checking, and the Raiders back to the man advantage. Brought to you by Advantage Collision.
Well, you go back to Caden Gooley in that last game in Edmonton. Big hit by Trey Fix-Walensky in that game as well. So it's been a rough couple of periods for Caden Gooley.
Well, the Raiders were livid about the officiating in the first that put Vancouver up 5-on-3. This will be Prince Albert's third power play. Vancouver's had 2. Both sides 1 for 2. Raiders looking to tie it up. Hanoun, right point, Martin. Right circle, Noah Gregor. Gregor back up high for Martin. Near side, Hanoun. Hanoun walks across the top. Left side, Leeson. Up high, Martin, right side, Noah Gregor. Gregor looks to shoot. He'll go up high for Martin. Instead, the puck skips on him. He'll settle it down. Man advantage for Advantage Collision. Right side, Martin, a drive blocked by Roman. Gregor's got it, cutting into the high slot. Rips it, and that went off his stick. Into the netting and out of play. Faceoff stays in the Vancouver zone. Again, Advantage Collision, formerly JG's, but still the little shop that cares.
Well, good job there by Noah Gregor. He was able to jump on that as it was an opportunity for Vancouver to get this puck out of their zone, and Noah Gregor took that away, and he created an opportunity for himself. Good shot. Once again, Vancouver gets a stick in on that puck.
Sean Montgomery in the face-off circle against Davis Kosh. Kosh pulls it back around behind the net. Hardy lifts it up, and that'll go right into the Giants bench. That one was close to goaltender Trent Miner, and it'll come right back into the Giants zone. A minute 26 left in the penalty to the captain, Dimitru.
So face off once again down in the Vancouver Giants zone. You're getting to the tail end of this first unit on this power play. Minute 26 left on the penalty.
Shots 8-3 Prince Albert in this second period. Shots for Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Raiders win the offensive zone face-off again. Hanoun sends a shot through. That one ricochets just wide. Tendick may have got the right pad on that one. Byram, a chance to clear. He will send it all the way around far side. And Scott out of his net. He'll leave it there for Max Martin. Giants switch up their penalty kill forwards. Raiders keep this power play unit together. Hanoun, right side into the offensive zone. Looks to center. It's turned back to the blue line. Martin back for Hanoun, covering for him. Hanoun walks the line. He'll go right side for Max Martin. It bounces off his skate, and the Giants head up ice. Here's Jaden Joseph. Rink-wide feed for Tristan Nielsen into the offensive zone. Martin puts a hit on him. He bounces right off, and it comes loose. Hanoun has it in his skates, and the Raiders will regroup. That one is off the skate of Martin. Creates a turnover, and 30 seconds left for this Raiders power play unit to work with. Martin dumps it in. Hines will turn and clear, and the Raiders in the midst of a line change. A free clear there for the Giants. Sepego back to start things up. 15 seconds in the man advantage. Right side, Protas. Into the offensive zone. He'll chip it around behind the net. Parker Kelly hard in pursuit. He'll rim it left point. Fonstad. Nice play to keep it in. Right point, Sepego. Right circle, Protas up high. Fonstad loads left circle, Weisblatt. Back for Fonstad. Intercepted out of the box, Dimitru. He'll go after it. And a misread between him and Braden Watts. As Dimitru thought Watts was taking it, Watts thought the other. And the end result is the Raiders find the puck. They don't score in the power play, but they dodge a potential disaster. But Dimitru on the turnover, he'll drill one in. Blocker save made by Ian Scott. Sepego back in the corner, ahead for Weisblatt to the line, held by Bafaro. And Sepego back to collect. Sloppy play here by the Raiders, costing them a little bit, but Masella gives it to Kelly into the offensive zone. A shot by Kelly, blockered by Tendick. He was able to track that one. Now Knackbauer in far side. He'll curl around behind the net, battling with Byram. Knackbauer spins off the check. He'll find Jacob Brook Brook spins away too. He's got it up the far side. Jacob Brook drops it off now for Eric Pierce. Pierce behind the net looking for Knackbauer. Knackbauer's got it back towards the blue line, and that one intercepted by Dawson Holt. He'll head the other way. Ahead for Fuller, gets away from him. Under 6 minutes remaining in this second period. Raiders trailing 3-2 in game one. Knocked into the Raiders zone. Max Martin will bank it around behind the net for Jeremy Masella. Masella back for Martin, right corner. Skips away from him, and he'll go off the boards out to neutral ice. Bounces for Dallas Hines at his own blue line. Near side Bullich. Ahead for Sveikovsky. Sveikovsky centers looking for Nielsen. It'll trickle off into the far corner. Nielsen drops it off, and Hayes will go work that one free for the Raiders behind the net. Up the left wall, it's Protas. Centers for Sean Montgomery. Montgomery over the red line, dumps it in. Protas hard in on the forecheck as Tendick plays it up the wall. Cut off by Montgomery. Raiders on the puck in the offensive zone. Protas takes a feed from Montgomery. Out front, slides it just wide. Montgomery now has it in the near corner. Lost it to Caleb Bullich. Bullich gives it up to Alex Protas. Right side, Braden Pahal fires it, and it's blocked by Dallas Hines, who stepped up and cut off the angle on the Raider captain. Davis Kosh the other way for Vancouver. Under 5 minutes remaining in this second period. Raiders lift it out to neutral ice, and Byram collects in his own zone. He'll start ahead. Bowen Byram picks his way into the offensive zone. He's checked there, but the puck bounces free for Sordoff. Near side, Justin Sordoff drops it off for Byram. Intercepted by Fonstad, and he'll swing it across for Braden Pahal. Joining the rush again. Right side, Weisblad back in front for Pahal. It'll go right on goal. Tendick hangs on. Face off in the Giant zone. 4:22 to go in the second. 3-2 is the Vancouver lead.
Well, the Raiders 1 for 2 on those power play opportunities in this second period. The second one, they had some puck control. They had a couple of looks, but you have to give full marks to the Vancouver Giants. Very well played defensively on that PK. Able to get the puck out a couple of times, get themselves out of some hot water.
Noah Gregor on the draw, lined up against Owen Hardy. Puck bounces free, and Dimitru starts ahead for the Giants. The captain from Craven, Saskatchewan, drops it right side for Dawson. Holt puts it towards the net. Dimitru couldn't get there, looking for the backdoor play, and Weisblatt comes the other way for Prince Albert. Drops it for Gregor. High slot. Gregor on goal, just wide as he fired that one, and it missed the outstretched pad. And now here's Fonstad. Walks into the slot, and a blocker save by Tendick. Fonstad had the opportunity to step right in. Now Weisblatt. His pass into the corner intercepted by Byram, and Bowen Byram striding up the ice, fires it, blocker save, rebound, swept aside, and Weisblatt plays it near side for Cole Fonstad. Red line and in as the Raiders take a line change, back in fourth action. Blocker saves each way, Tendick on Fonstad, and Ian Scott on Bowen Byram. Jaden Joseph chips it in, Hayes back to pick it up for the Raiders. Up the near side, Parker Kelly centers for Dante Hanoun. Hanoun switches with Kelly, back to Hanoun, back to Kelly, into the zone left side, puts it on goal, blocker side, loose puck, Hanoun, he scores! Dante Hanoun, tie game!
This was a masterful breakout by Parker Kelly and Dante Hanoun. 3-4 passes between the two of them just through the neutral zone. Hanoun to Kelly, Kelly back to Hanoun, and then eventually it ends up back on Hanoun's stick, and a backhand goes back against the grain.
The work by those two in tight quarters, working it back and forth. And I believe we're going to see a review, maybe checking for a high stick. I think Hanoun knocked it out of the air, but they're going to make sure, but I don't think Prince Albert has anything to worry about here.
If it's a high stick, I don't think they've got anything to worry about.
Brett Iverson's on the phone. Jeff Ingram having a chat with Sean Montgomery and Alex Kanek-Leipert, letting them know what they're taking a look at. But based on what I saw, Marty, I don't think there's high stick-wise, I don't think there's anything coming back. I don't know what else you can't challenge offside. You can't challenge goaltender interference in this league.
And if they wave this one off, this place is going to explode.
And a bit of a delay. Looks like Brett Iverson has given the phone back to the official in the time bench. They're going to call back. I guess they want to redo that conversation. Oh, no, that puck was right on the ice, so I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to be looking at here.
What a huge period, though, for the Prince Albert Raiders. We knew that, they were going to come back with a good pushback.
We got a good goal. 3-3 tie game. To your point, Marty, 3:15 remaining in the second period. Raiders out shooting the Giants 11-5 and outscoring them 3-1 in this middle frame. What a pushback it's been.
Oh, it's been a great pushback by the Raiders, a great second period.
Hanoun, Leeson, Gregor, you want the big dogs to lead the way. Well, they're doing it tonight. A big second period for PA. Here's Protas into the offensive zone, chips it behind the net. Canuck Leipert gives it up to Montgomery. Montgomery near wall, drops it off for Leeson. Leeson back up to Montgomery. Montgomery spins off a check. He's taken to the ice by Canuck Leipert. And Milos Roman sends it behind the net for Plouffe. Dylan Plouffe, near side Canuck Leipert, 2:40 to go in this second period. All knotted up at 3-3 in the Rogers WHL Championship Series. Play to right side. The Giants will get it into the Raiders zone. Masella back to pick it up with Dylan Plouffe. Bearing down on the forecheck. Plouffe has it. Up high, it's Dimitru. Right point, Bowen Byram. Byram cutting in, centers, tipped just wide by Owen Hardy. Look at the way Byram engages offensively. Now Hardy battling with Masella, centering feed for Holt. And it comes free. Masella continues to battle. Here's a call.
By Venice House Pizza on second. His 10th in the playoff, scored by number 17, Dante Hanoun. The assist to number 27, Parker Kelly. Time of the goal, 16.
So Kelly, the lone assist on that one, his second point of the night. 2 points for Dante Hanoun as well. And a minute 40 remaining now in the second period. We're all tied up at 3-3. Pahal near side for Fonstad. Into the offensive zone, he loads and fires, blocked by Bafaro. The Giants sent it up the wall, picked up there by Dawson Holt. Weisblatt, a good hit on Nielsen, and the Raiders recover. Pass from Pahal looking for Gregor. That'll skitter all the way down into the Giant zone. And if you're skittering on some uncertain roads, whether it be ice, mud, or anything else this spring, head on down to OK Tire in Prince Albert.
Unfortunately, on this play, Noah Gregor just kind of ran out of room as to where he was going to go, and Pahal throwing the puck towards him, and Noah Gregor, he just had to keep going, and he just couldn't get a stick on this pass. So it is an icing call going against the Raiders. Sean Montgomery out to take another faceoff.
Montgomery and Davis Kosh. The Giants control. Plouffe holds to the line. Left point sends one through. It's blocked in front. Hit Montgomery, and he'll find it. Right side for Hanoun. Kosh after him. Nice back check there by Davis Kosh, but now he's lost it to Hanoun, and Hanoun lost it to Canuck Leipert. Good puck pursuit. A pass by Kosh up the middle. Picked off by Kelly. He'll work it ahead for Mo. Mo fires and just misses as Tendick able to get the pad. Hanoun a hit, and that's a penalty there against Dante Hanoun. Boarding is the call as he flattened his man along the boards, Davis Kosh. And the Giants will go to the power play here with 57 seconds remaining in this second period, just into the final minute, presented by Carlton Honda.
Basically the same type of play where Gooley was cutting away and turning, and same thing here. Kosh is cutting in, turning, and Dante Hanoun puts the extra push on him.
Yeah, no choice for the referee on that one. They had to call it. Raiders back to the penalty kill for exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader. Right off the draw, Brayden Pahal slaps it down the ice. And some urgency here for the Giants as they've got just 45 seconds remaining in this second period. Dylan Plouffe starts ahead. He'll swing it back for Byram. And Bowen Byram, the number 2 ranked prospect in North America, brings it in. Right side, Valenti. Around behind the net, it'll be Davis Kosh. High slide, Valenti, he scores! Power play goal by Yannick Valenti. What a response by the Vancouver Giants. And they're back in front 4-3 with 30.9 seconds to play in the second.
Well, once again, we talk about penalties. We talk about the power play. of this Vancouver Giants team. That power play has certainly improved going into the playoffs. They have been really rock solid on that power play. I remember looking at stats back through the regular season. Vancouver was down in that 9th, 10th spot for the regular season, but they have certainly upped the ante here. That's a huge goal. Last minute of the period. That's a real momentum switcher.
Well, yeah, it took them less than 30 seconds, and it was on the entry. They work it in deep, and a great feed out of the corner. Valenti drills the one-timer past Ian Scott. And the Giants back in front. They score. Dawson Holt from the corner beats Ian Scott. And the Giants lead 5-3, back-to-back goals here in the final minute of the second period. Dawson Holt out of options. He just put it on goal. It banks off Ian Scott and in. And what a turnaround here in the last 30 seconds of the second period.
Oh my goodness, you fought yourself right back into this one, and all of a sudden a power play goal, and then just one of those goals just leaves you shaking your head because Holt was nowhere around. He's just throwing this to the front of the goal.
Giants get a break there with 16 seconds to play, and all that work from the Raiders. Down 2-0 after one. They end up tying it, and it's a 2-goal deficit again.
20. Yannick Valente, assist to number 22, Jared Dimitru, and number 15, Owen Hardy. Time of the power play goal, 19:29. Vancouver Giants' 5th goal. Scored by number 20, Yannick Valente. Assist to number 22, Jared Dimitru, and number 15, Owen Hardy. Time of that goal, 19:43. Giants' 5th goal again, scored by number 20, Valente.
The 5th goal was actually Dawson Holt. We'll get the assists on that one when we get a chance, but it is a 5-3 Giants lead. 2 goals in the final 31 seconds of that second period, and the Raiders down by 2 after 1 are back down by 2 after 2. We'll take a break. Your period summary is next. You're listening to the 2019 WHL playoffs, powered by Kubota on Glenmore Raider Radio. Welcome back inside the Art Hauser Center, ready to go for period number 3, game 1 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series. It's a 5-3 Vancouver Giants lead. 2 goals in the final minute of the second to put them back in front after Raiders clawed back into it. Getting set for the Great Canadian Oil Change opening face-off. We've seen, other than the first 10 minutes, the Raiders have controlled this game for the most part. They just need to stick to it.
Yeah, they certainly do. They just got to have a really big pushback here early in this third period.
The puck is down and we're underway. Giants on the puck out of their own zone. Kanik Liepert up the middle too far for Dimitru, and we'll see an icing call against Vancouver. Again, every time the Raiders score this postseason, Man Northway GM Cadillac is giving away a $25 Man Northway gift card. Check out Man Northway GM Cadillac's Facebook page to take part. Tonight's 3 winners are Lori Lenner, Yvonne Garrick, and Jeanette Murphy. Congratulations to those 3. Face-off down in the Vancouver zone. Hanoun pulls it back against Dimitru. Back to the line, Sapago near side for Max Martin. His shot blocked by Owen Hardy. He'll chip it ahead, a 2-on-1, 3-on-2 for the Giants. Holt a shot blocked by Sapago. Good recovery there by the Raider defender. Kept in deep. Owen Hardy has it down below the goal line. Martin battling with him. Thrown cross ice into the glass, and Byram holds it left point. He'll spin it around behind. Hardy has it far corner. Tied up by Max Martin. Puck caught up in some skates. Dimitru keeps it down behind the Raider goal. Sordif after it as his line mates now join him off the bench. Hanoun up the ice finds Parker Kelly. Turned back by the Giants defenders. Bowen Byram turns it back into his own zone. Right side, Kanik Liepert. Ahead for Justin Sordif. He'll chip it in. Ian Scott stops it up behind the net. He'll send it up the glass. Protus back for Montgomery. That one missed. And Braden Pahal plays it behind the net. It bounces off the end boards right out in front. Scott leaves it behind. And the Giants able to find the puck. Milos Roman after it. Bounces away to the line. Dylan Plouffe a shot. Glove saved by Scott. And he'll hang on to the rebound as Milos Roman comes in looking for it. Face-off down in the Raiders' zone. 1:15 gone in this third period. Giants up 2.
Well, the shot was bobbled there just a little bit by Ian Scott, and it opens up the opportunity for Milos Roman to go in looking for that rebound. Don't blame him for chasing after that one because it wasn't in the glove yet of Ian Scott.
Davis Kosh and Noah Gregor in the face-off circle. Kosh pulls it back. It'll bounce past Seth Bafaro and back out to neutral ice. Giants curling in their own zone. Bafaro across near side for Dylan Plouffe. Plouffe chips it up the near wall, and Kosh will bank it in. Ian Scott out of his net, plays it left corner for Hayes. Up the wall looking for Fonstad. It's cut off on the forecheck by Jaden Joseph. And now Nielsen behind the net, bounced off the puck, and Noah Gregor starts ahead for Prince Albert. Gregor through the middle, right side, Weisblatt. Back for Gregor, tipped away by Dylan Plouffe. Bouncing puck into the corner, Gregor and Fonstad looking for it. The Giants control, and Plouffe has it now up the near side. Pahal reads that one, cutting into the slot. Pahal tossed to the ice, rebound in front, kicked aside by Tendick. Pahal trying to get to the net, and he has his feet taken out from under him, and it'll come back out. Hayes ahead. Fonstad chasing it in on the near side, controlled by Dylan Plouffe. Fonstad gets it back. He can't get it on goal, and Kosh has it now. Just over 2 minutes gone in this third period. Davis Kosh up the near wall, watched by Sean Montgomery. Montgomery knocked the puck loose, but had his stick tied up before he could play the puck. Masella holds it in left point now. Bouncing into the corner, Montgomery out front looking for Leeson. Side of the goal, Protas keeps it alive for the Raiders down into the corner. Protas spins away from Dylan Plouffe. He'll take it around behind the net. Protas stays on the puck, spins away from Plouffe. Out front looking for Leeson. Turn back, Protas has it. Left point, Masella. Switching with Gooley, he'll bring it down the right wall. Masella down, cutting to the net, drives in, he scores! What a play! Jeremy Masella! And we got a one-goal game early in the third period.
That was a huge goal for the Raiders to get early in this third period, and it comes from one of the more unlikely players of the Prince Albert Raiders, but what a great heads-up play here by Jeremy Masella. He just rides the blue line, cuts in. I thought he was going behind the net, and all of a sudden he just drives to the front, and he's able to get this one in behind David Tendick.
2 goals in the regular season, and that's his first of the playoffs. What a goal.
House Pizza on second. His first of the playoffs, scored by number 3, Jeremy Masella! Assisted by number 21, Alexei Protas. Time of the goal, 2:50.
Protas the assist, Masella the goal. And a quick start for the Raiders here, but the Giants up the ice. Byram with Hardy. Byram cuts to the slot, and a save made by Ian Scott. Kelly may have got a piece of that one. And Bowen Byram, a dangerous player out there for Vancouver, walks right in, and that one kept out.
Well, you almost forget that Bowen Byron is a defenseman because he jumps up and he's involved in the rush so many times, and this time he was right up in the middle of the slot. Had a little bit of time, and I believe you're right. I believe Parker Kelly got a stick on that shot.
Hanoun and Roman on the draw down in the Raiders zone. Kelly split out wide on the far side. One back into the corner by Hanoun. Martin plays it back for Sapago, and Sapago strides ahead. Hanoun up the middle, left side for Kelly, and sort of dumps it right back in as it got away from Parker Kelly. Martin settles left corner now. Sapago up the wall for Kelly. Back for Max Martin. Left side, Sapago ahead for Kelly. Raiders patiently get up the ice, red line and in. And Caleb Bullich back to pick it up. He turns it over behind the net. Dante Hanoun on it for Prince Albert. No pressure there. Bullich just lost it. Back to the line. Hayes a shot, and Tendick gets a piece of that one. And it's cleared to neutral ice. Braden Pahal back in his own zone. He'll turn it back behind the net. Pahal stops it up, gets away from the forecheck of Justin Sordiff, and he'll work it ahead for Fonstad. Fonstad checked by Nielsen in neutral ice. And it's brought in now Weisblatt. Weisblatt, rink-wide feed. Following up on the play is Fonstad. Down the wall. Looks to keep the zone. He can't do it, and the Giants clear. Davis Kosh down into the Raider line. Long shot, gloved by Scott. And he'll keep that one. 4:29 gone in this third period. And it's a 5-4 game in game one of the Rogers WHL Championship Series.
Well, once again, we see some of the forecheck of the Prince Albert Raiders. It's creating some opportunities for the Raiders in that Vancouver Giant zone, but you got to be so careful because all of a sudden Vancouver explodes out of their own zone, and you end up with that odd man rush coming back the other way. So it's it's one of those cat and mouse games right now for the Raiders. You got to take some gambles, but you also have to pay attention and get on the recovery if Vancouver picks up that puck.
Ian Scott's glove needs a little bit of work, so the referee takes over to the bench. Dwayne Bartley is going to do some quick repairs while we have a moment. Tonight's Venice House 2-for-1 contestant is Kern Torney, who picked over 3 goals for the Raiders tonight. Congratulations, Kern. That's 2 free pizzas. You can win 2. Just tune in to Mornings with Chris and Tina, Monday to Friday on CKBI, to take part in the Venice House 2-for-1 over-under challenge. So a bit of a timeout here on the ice as Dwayne Bartley continues to work away on Ian Scott's glove, and looks like it's fixed and ready to go.
And I'll take a quick moment. I know one of my good friends, Sherry Anderson, the world senior curling champion, is in the building here tonight. I haven't had a chance to see her, but I know that she is in attendance here tonight. So congratulations to Sherry Anderson and her senior women's curling team.
Here's Cole Fonstad up through neutral ice, gains a red line, and dumps it in. Dallas Hines back to play it. The Giants work it ahead. Dimitru lost it to Weisblatt, but he's able to stay on it and work it ahead for Hardy in neutral ice. Hardy chops it in. Scott will handle that when it came skipping in, and Gooley gets one in the back there from Owen Hardy. This time Gooley stays on his skates, or that probably would have been another boarding call against the Giants. Fonstad, what a feed right side for Weisblatt, just too far as Hines able to bank it off the wall out to neutral ice. Montgomery sends it right back in. Raiders switching up their lines. Montgomery on the forecheck, and Vancouver starts ahead. Canuck Leipert with Protas bearing down on him, works it up the wall. Protas swings it near side on the turnover now. Brett Leeson into the zone right side. Leeson down into the corner. Montgomery battling with Canuck Leipert. Montgomery, Protas looking to work it free. Dallas Hines has it for the Giants. He'll send it up the wall. Nielsen checked by Sapago. He'll send it down the ice. And an icing call now against the Vancouver Giants. Face-off into Giants territory again. Every time the Raiders score, Man Northway GM Cadillac giving away a $25 gift card to Man Northway on that 4th goal from Jeremy Masella. Jeanette Pauline Moen is the latest winner. Congratulations to Jeanette.
Raiders were able to change everybody up on this icing call. Vancouver has to remain with the players that were out on the ice, so this is a huge opportunity right now. There's a couple of players there might be out of gas.
Hanoun wins the draw. Martin can't get to it as Nielsen chips it out, and now Nielsen after it into the Raiders zone. He and Martin tangle up. Nielsen pins it up against the near boards. The Giants get some fresh legs on the ice, and it's played back to Bowen Byram in his own zone. 6 minutes gone in this third period. Giants 5, Raiders 4 in game 1 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series. Byram up the middle, chipped in by Davis Kosh. It'll bounce out front. Scott thought for a moment, and it's cleared into the corner. Mo up the wall. Hanoun looking for it. Kosh able to keep it in. It'll bounce around behind the net. Martin there to pick it up. Martin steps out from behind the goal, advances for Dante Hanoun. Hanoun up the left wall. He'll cut through neutral ice, gains a red line, and dumps it in. Tendick out of his net, way out of his net to play it. He'll send it up the wall. Nielsen under pressure takes a big hit from Braden Pahal. Nielsen taken down, but the Giants able to clear. Weisblatt brings it right back ahead. His rink-wide feed off a foot. Kelly finds it now and drops for Gregor. Gregor into the high slot, right side. Pahal skips on him, but he'll keep it behind the net now. Ozzy Weisblatt. Weisblatt, slot. Gregor looking to shoot it. Bounces away as the Giants converge, but Fonstad keeps it alive for the Raiders in the offensive zone. Fonstad looking to the blue line. Joseph cuts it off and heads up. The Giants come the other way. Byram chips it in for Nielsen. He can't catch up to it. He'll head to the bench instead, and Hayes swings it ahead for Weisblatt into the offensive zone, dropping now for Gregor. Back to Weisblatt in the corner. The puck doesn't come with him, and the Giants take it the other way. Justin Sordoff out to neutral ice into the offensive zone now, near side, working on Sapago. Sordoff behind the net, angled by Sapago. Cleared to the line. Buffaro now a shot. Ian Scott run into by Sordoff as he struggled to make that save. Referee right there saw Sapago initiate that one, so no call on the play. Giants send it back in, and we'll see a hand pass against Vancouver. 7:38 gone in this third period, and the Raiders trail 5-4.
Well, as I said, you see that pressure by the Prince Albert Raiders get into that Vancouver Giant territory, and they're trying to make some plays work. They get the pucks out to the front, or it ends up back in behind the goal, and then all of a sudden that breakout comes, and all of a sudden you're staring at a 2-on-1, and the Raiders, you You got to push that envelope right now.
Face-off back to center ice. Montgomery and Dimitru on the draw. Montgomery not able to win that draw back. Dimitru controls. The Raiders have just one shot to show for in this third period, but it found the back of the net. A good play there by Jeremy Masella. They're being outshot 5-1 in this final frame. Shots for Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Here's Alex Protas up the ice. He'll gain the red line and send it in. Owen Byram back to pick it up. He'll play it up the wall. Cut off by Masella as he crashes down right point to the blue line. Protas winds up and drives. That one just misses as it got through a screen. And it missed the far post. Near side now, Byram. Chops it to the line, held by Masella. Again, he reads it, and he'll chip it down low for Brett Leeson. Leeson looks to move it down behind the net for Montgomery. It's cut off by Hines. And now Protas on it for the Raiders. Protas towards the net looking for Leeson. It gets past him, and Byram finds it near side. Bowen Byram striding ahead for the Giants. He'll chip it in, and Pahal had eyes to put a hit on Byram, but he decided it was too late. Byram heads off to the bench, and Kelly turns it the other way for Prince Albert. Kelly knocked down by Dylan Plouffe. A good check there by the Giants defender, but Kelly works it in as he and Mo dig away down in the right corner. 9 minutes gone in this third period. Raiders down by 1. Hanoun tries to put it towards the goal, hits a foot, and now Nielsen heads the other way for Vancouver. He's angled by Zach Hayes. Puck finds Jaden Joseph. He'll put it on goal. Ian Scott deflects it up into the netting and out of play. 10:57 to go in the third period. A one-goal game as the Raiders trail 5-4.
Well, really nice play. Defensive play there. Zach Hayes comes across, and it's Tristan Nielsen, and he's able to just angle him out on the boards. And then Pahal comes across, has a good finish on the check on Jaden Joseph. Eventually the puck goes out and over the glass, but face-off stays in the Raiders zone, though.
Noah Gregor, Milos Roman on the draw. Gregor pulls it back. Max Martin controls behind the net, and he'll slide it up the right side for Ozzy Weisblatt. Weisblatt checked by Braden Watts, but he'll gain the red line and work it in deep. Plouffe back to pick it up. Gregor puts a hit on him, and Weisblatt works it loose for Prince Albert. Hard forecheck here, but Plouffe able to angle the puck out to neutral ice. Fonstad cuts it off there and sends it right back in. Fonstad and Weisblatt in on the forecheck. Bafaro up the boards. Gregor there waiting for it. He'll chip it down the wall. The Giants cut it off. Back to the line. Sepago looks to hold as the Giants pressure up towards the blue line, and they'll get it out. Here's Watts. Chips it back to the Raider line, and Max Martin has it right back ahead for Fonstad. Right side, Weisblatt into the zone. Walks the defender. Fires it, and a glove save by Tendick. Nice play by Weisblatt on the toe drag. Gets his shot, but Tendick sees it the whole way and hangs on.
Wow, really good job here by Tendick to see this shot, because he's got some traffic out in front of him, and he makes a good save on this particular play. And Ozzy Weisblatt, as you mentioned, that toe drag, and what it allows Fonstad and allows Gregor to get in front looking for that rebound. But Tendick, he did a good job tracking this one down.
Montgomery, Protas, and Leeson with Hayes and Pahal. Davis caution for the draw for Vancouver. Protas battling on the near wall with Byram. Byram knocks it behind the net. Kanik Liepert up the right wall, Valenti. Yannick Valenti had that big power play goal in the final minute of the second period. And now it's up the ice. Here's Valenti cutting in towards the Raider net. Backhander just wide on the glove side as he found that opening. And now the Raiders come the other way. Montgomery chips it past Byram. Leeson in on the forecheck, battling with Kanik Liepert. Byram spins away from the pressure. He'll find Davis Kosh. Up the near side, off the glass for Jaden Joseph. Glove down by Pahal, and he'll chip it left side for Protas. Back into the offensive zone. Protas is offering off a stick into the glass. Leeson has it, right corner. Brett Leeson steps off the wall towards the net. Loose puck in front. Montgomery can't find it, and the Giants clear. Here's Byram ahead. He's met by Pahal. Saw that check coming, and the Raiders on the puck. Jeremy Masella up the right side for Pahal. Just over 9 minutes remaining in the third period. Raiders trail by 1. Knackbauer red lining in. Eric Pierce hard in on the forecheck. Pierce battling with Kanik Liepert. Looking to work it loose. Knackbauer in there as well. Knackbauer keeps it moving down towards the goal. Pierce on it now. Vancouver clears. And Hardy chips it out to neutral ice. Sepago back to pick it up with Holt bearing down on him. He'll drop it back for Jacob Brook. Brook, he's got speed, and he chips it past Dimitru. Dimitru recovers and keeps it for Vancouver. Dimitru on goal, and Scott reading some pressure, puts it up and out of play, and we'll take a break. 8:38 remaining in the third period of Game 1. The Vancouver Giants have a 5-4 lead on the Prince Albert Raiders. Dante Hanoun for the defensive zone faceoff, line up against Jared Dimitru. The Giants keep it in. Here's Pahal behind the net. Left corner, Zach Hayes. Ahead now for Mo through the middle, Hanoun. Left side back to Mo. He'll gain the red line. Chipped up the boards. Hanoun looks to get it in. And Dimitru's got it right corner. He'll bank it off the boards, back out to neutral ice. Hayes swings it near side, and Kelly will find it into the Giants zone. He's checked quickly by Dylan Plouffe. He's been a strong defender for the Giants here tonight. Vancouver on it, and a big hit there by Hayes as he comes in reaching for the puck. Forearm shiver to Hardy, and up the ice comes Bafaro, a shot as he takes a hit from Kelly. Scott fends that one off. Up the ice come the Raiders. Mo gets planted by Dimitru. His cross-ice pass picked off by Bafaro. He'll send it right back in. Here's Mo. Touches it in. He doesn't. Mo just had to tip it past the red line. The linesman right there said he missed it. And the face-off back into the Prince Albert zone here. 7:46 to go in the third period. It was right in front of us, Marty. I don't know how he didn't touch that one. It looked like he did.
It looked like he did to me, but nonetheless, face-off comes back into the Raiders zone on an icing call, and the Raiders not able to change up a couple of bodies.
Raiders up the ice now off the defensive zone face-off, lifted rink wide, and they'll get a line change as Byram goes back to pick it up. Across for Kanik Liepert. Fonstad closing in on him. Heads up, Kanik Liepert across for Byram. Just cut through the crease of David Tendick. And now Byram, out of options, goes off the glass out to neutral ice. Weisblatt for Gregor. And the Raiders regroup in their own zone. Gregor left side for Sapego. It'll skip off his stick up into the Vancouver bench. And out of play. 7:16 to go in the third period. Vancouver leading Prince Albert 5-4.
Well, you're starting to see now Vancouver trying to plug up the middle now, too. Trying to create some traffic in here. Noah Gregor, he picks his puck up and he does a little button hook, and he's got no place to go. He runs out of room. He's got bodies right in front of him, and he ends up trying that pass off the stick into the Vancouver Giant bench.
Montgomery can't win the draw against Jaden Joseph. Giants on the puck. Kanik Liepert up the right wall. Hayes steps up on it. Joseph brings it in. He's checked by Pahal. And Protas swings it near side for Brett Leeson. Leeson can't chip it past Byram. But Montgomery follows up, and he's into the offensive zone. Montgomery cutting towards the net. Lost the puck to Davis Kosh. Clearing attempt by Kosh hits the referee. Montgomery stays on it in deep. Pulled free by Kosh up the wall. Pahal crashing down. Held right point by Alex Protas. Protas, a long shot, misses wide into the glass. Hayes down the left wall. Montgomery and him collide in the corner as the Giants pressure. And Byram able to skate it ahead for Vancouver. Right side for Joseph. He'll lift it all the way down, icing the call against the Giants. 6.5 to go in this third period. Face-off back into the Vancouver zone.
Face-off back in the Vancouver zone. It's full-scale change for both teams here. Fresh bodies out on both sides. And a deep face-off down in the Vancouver Giant zone. Another nice 50-50 draw tonight. $15,000 to somebody lucky here at the Art Hauser Center.
Noah Gregor and Jared Dimitru on the draw. Out front for Weisblatt. Doesn't get through. Fonstad has it behind the net. Fonstad curls up high. He'll swing it left point for Sapego. Sapego shot on goal. Tendick looking for the rebound. He'll cover it up. Weisblatt was right there, but he had his back turned. Couldn't get a stick on it. Tendick hangs on for the faceoff down in the Vancouver zone.
Yeah, Weisblatt saw the shot come in, but he just couldn't get turned around. Nice defensive play there to keep Weisblatt looking to the outside instead of looking back towards the goalie. Tough shot coming in there. Good save by Tendick.
Gregor on the draw again against Dimitru. Gregor wins it back cleanly. Sapego down the left wall for Fonstad. Back up to Sapego. Sapego looks to get a shot through. It's blocked. Back to Sapego. He keeps it in. Down into the corner. Bafaro and Weisblatt. Knocked free behind the net. Dimitru steps up the left side. Crashing down is Max Martin. It's chipped out by Hardy. And now Dawson Holt up the ice. He'll chip it past Sapego. They tangle up. Sapego gets a stick caught in the arms of Holt. And the Raiders turn it over. Holt plays it out front. And back to the line. Here's Plouffe. Plouffe steps into the high slot. Dylan Plouffe a shot. And that one just wide. Scott gets a bit of it with the glove. Sepego on it behind the net. 5.5 to go in the third. It's a 5-4 Vancouver lead. Weisblatt off the glass out to neutral ice. Raiders trying to change up their lines as Byram sends it right back in. Max Martin left wall. Can't get it past Justin Sordoff. Up high. Milos Roman, a shot and a save made by Ian Scott on the point blank look from Roman. Giants stay on the puck. Watts up high. Canuck Liepert keeps it down low for Watts. Roman again. Watts up high. Canuck Liepert. It gets past him and out to neutral ice. Raiders switch up their defenders. 5 minutes remaining. Working it ahead is Canuck Liepert. He'll gain the red line and lift it in. Pahal. Right corner. Slides it ahead for Moe, and he'll chip it in deep. Moe, first man on it. He'll go pick that one up right corner. They just kind of open up and let Moe go get that one. Kelly up high looking for Pahal. Chipped out by Nielsen. He's tripped up as he looks to skate up the ice. Kosh follows up on the play right side. Joseph a shot and a save made by Ian Scott. Giants stay on it in the offensive zone. Moe centers for Pahal. He'll chip to neutral ice. Dylan Plouffe has it for Vancouver. Kosh chips it in. Ian Scott behind the goal. He'll leave it near corner for Braden Pahal. Pahal picks his way ahead. He's got Leeson over the boards. Goes to Montgomery right side. Montgomery quickly checked by Plouffe as he takes that pass. Giants lose it behind the net. Protas up the wall for Martin. It skips away from him. Looked like the Raiders were going to establish control in the offensive zone, but it just bounced there on Max Martin. And now he gets hit from behind by Owen Hardy behind the goal. Giants on the puck, no call coming. Out from behind, Holt a shot and a save made by Ian Scott. Another check from behind goes uncalled here tonight. Byram, left point, sends it down low. And now Martin gives one right back to Holt. No call on that one either as the Raiders work it up the ice. Protas into the offensive zone, driving wide to the net. Out front, Montgomery redirects it just wide. Leeson now towards the net. Montgomery breaks the stick of Byram with a slash. And the Vancouver Giants go to the power play with 3:28 to go in a one-goal game. The crowd and the Raiders cannot believe it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a seriously missed call back here on Max Martin, as that was definitely a checking from behind. That was missed, and then we end up with a slash. He breaks the stick of the Vancouver Giant. It's going to be a slash. But Mark Habsheim is just shaking his head on that call. That was missed down in the end.
Yeah, when you slash someone's stick and it breaks, the ref can't do much about that one, but Max Martin presented numbers for a while. Owen Hardy made a decision to hit him in the numbers and put him in head first, and he got away with it. And the Raiders on the penalty kill now with 3.5 remaining and a one-goal Vancouver lead. Penalty kill for Exclusive Auto Marine, your low-price leader. Vancouver 2 for 3 on the power play tonight. Their other power play, they scored just moments after it expired. Dylan Plouffe back for Bowen Byram. Davis Kosh out of the defensive zone. He'll bring it ahead. 90 seconds to go in this penalty. 3 minutes remaining in the third period. Roman up high for Bowen Byram, left point. Across for Plouffe. Back up top for Byram. Left side Roman. Back up top, Bowen Byram. Byram, right side Plouffe. Plouffe walks the blue line, and he'll switch it right side for Byram. Byram, right circle for Kosh now. Kosh back to the wall. Joseph and Pahal engaging in front. Kosh down low for Joseph. Giants would love a goal, but they'll be happy to kill off 2 minutes here. Plouffe drives it in, blocked by Hayes, and it finds its way through. Ian Scott grabs it and hangs on. Pahal grabs Joseph by the collar and pulls him out of there. And a faceoff coming in the Raiders' zone. 1:02 remaining in this penalty kill. 2:30 to go in the third. A 5-4 Vancouver lead.
Well, the catch here now is the clock is the Raiders' enemy. Just 2.5 minutes left. 1:02, you're on the penalty kill, so you're going to be left with 1:28 to try and finish this thing off.
Giants pull it back to the line. Leeson looking for that one. He couldn't catch up to it. Pahal chips it ahead. Gregor's got it. Leeson straight down the ice after it. Tendick out of his net to play it with Leeson bearing down. He'll work it near side for Byram. Leeson just couldn't get to that one. Tendick heads up play to get out and play that one. 40 seconds remaining in the penalty to Sean Montgomery. Just over 2 minutes to play in the third. Vancouver up 5-4. Here's Byram. Into the offensive zone, drops it left side for Tristan Nielsen. Gave it up to Noah Gregor. Here's Gregor shorthanded. Up the ice. Gregor around Canuck. Liepert can't get to the net. Good recovery there by Canuck Liepert. And Sortif on it now below the goal line. 20 seconds left in this Vancouver power play. Sortif watched by Kelly. He'll spin off the check and work it ahead. Sortif stood up by Masella, and he doesn't gain the zone. A minute 35 to go in the third period. Montgomery out in seconds. And a 5-4 Vancouver lead. Byram up the right wing side into the offensive zone. Byram watched by Pahal, and he's checked into the end boards. Hardy now tied up by Sepago. Just over a minute to go. As Pahal pulls it free, we're back to even strength. And keep an eye on Ian Scott at the Raider bench. Kelly chased into the offensive zone. Hanoun's got it. Right side. Pahal fires it off the side of the net. That one blocked on the way. Scott to the bench. 6-on-5 for the Raiders as we reach the final minute of play. Brought to you by Carlton Honda. Giants clear to neutral ice. Raiders reload. Gregor gains the red line. He'll backhand it in. Leeson after it. Plouffe knocks it down. Doesn't clear. Gregor. Rink wide for Sepago. 45 seconds. Raiders on the puck. Offensive zone. Martin. Right side. Gregor one-timer. Blocked by Dylan Plouffe. Worked up the wall. Gregor battling with Dawson Holt now. Looking to jam it free. Montgomery and Hanoun in there supporting. 30 seconds left. The Vancouver player falls on the puck. And he got about 6 seconds killed off there before the whistle went. Face-off in the Vancouver zone with 29 seconds remaining in regulation, and I'm sure we'll see a Prince Albert timeout.
Not sure if it's Prince Albert timeout or Vancouver timeout. We're waiting to see.
And we're not going to see either way which way it's signaled, and looks like it'll be a Raider timeout, but 30 seconds to work with for Prince Albert as they trail 5-4 in this one.
Well, the unfortunate part is that you still have to go back to that fifth goal of the Vancouver Giants. That's the killer right now. That's your game winner, and that one came at the most inopportune time. Vancouver got themselves back into a one-goal lead, with a power play goal, but then, they get that softy to go into the period with a 2-goal lead. Raiders have battled back in this third period. There's definitely been a couple of missed calls, so Mark Habshaw is not going to be happy about some of that, but nonetheless, you're still down by 1. You're still in this game, but it's a big 28 seconds.
28.8 seconds on the clock. Face-off in the Vancouver zone. Extra attacker on the ice with Ian Scott on the bench. Montgomery and Davis Kosh face off to the left of Giants goaltender David Tendick. His blocker side. Montgomery pulls it right back for Gregor. Down the right wall for Hanoun. Raiders set up. Big face-off win there. Gregor, right side. Hanoun, he'll fire it. Just misses. High on the blocker side. Sepago holds left point. Rink wide for Gregor. 15 seconds. Gregor up high. Hanoun. Shot just whistles wide. Leeson up high. 10 seconds. Sepago. Shot. Pad save. Rebound. And this will be cleared all the way down the ice. 3 seconds left. The whistle goes. And the Raiders will get an offensive zone faceoff with 1.2 seconds on the clock.
Well, the Raiders gave themselves a couple of good chances, and Vancouver was able to plug up the holes and keep that puck away from getting into Tendick.
Sean Montgomery out here for the offensive zone faceoff. They'll just try and get it to the net. Bit of a rugby scrum here. Montgomery can't get it through, and the Giants take game 1 by a score of 5-4. It's a 1-0 Giants lead in the Rogers WHL Championship Series. Game 2 tomorrow night right here at the Art Hauser Center. Post